I'm basically recording, and the idea is basically I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to record, as you know and well, of what I do. The first one is basically a video about radio. Now, I did do a video a few weeks back on this, but I didn't upload it because basically when I thought about uploading it yesterday, I thought, well, actually, no, don't upload it because it's old. It's old as in it's not relevant, I don't think, to upload now. So what I've done is I thought, well, the theme is still going to be there, but I'm talking differently about it. Well, a little bit differently about it now on this video. And the point of this one is basically that Peterborough now has a new radio station. Well, it's not new as in new, but it's new as in it's on the FM for the first time. April the 14th, Peterborough Community Radio, PCR as it's known, went on FM for the first time. Now, it's the only radio station in Peterborough, yes, really, the only radio station in Peterborough that you can get on FM dial, which is broadcasted from the city. Connect FM and Heart Radio are on the FM dial, we understand that, but they don't host shows from Peterborough anymore. The studios have been moved, basically. Connect FM in Kettering, Heart in Cambridgeshire. So we don't really have any dedicated radio stations that go on the FM wave band in Peterborough, specifically for music. This is what is known as PCR FM, Peterborough's best music radio station. Now, I can't speak for everything on here, basically. I'm not going to go into the details on everything, but basically behind the scenes, if you want to know something about basically PCR and how it's come about, specifically how the shows have evolved and basically things like that, then you'll have to message me privately, because I'm not going into this one on here because well, it could get me into a little bit of trouble. I have gone on to a website called Digital Spy and had a rant on there about something, and basically somebody at the radio station saw it, and basically what they did is they messaged me in an email. I didn't know they was on Digital Spy anyway, you know, and I did think that was my own view on what I was saying, but basically I'm not going to talk about it on here. I just want to point out that if you like live in Peterborough or something, you want to hear a radio station on the FM, there is PCR now. I personally don't listen to it. I mean, I work in the network. I don't actually do a radio show on the FM. That is a bit sad, really, and it's a bit sad for a lot of my supporters, or particularly people who listen to my radio show, because they believe that I should be on the FM. All I can basically say about that is I and many others, not all volunteers, but I and many others got moved on to what is known as PCR Extra, which is the online radio station that we have. So it's basically like used to be the youth radio, but it's now gone into PCR Extra. I do my radio show on there as normal, but basically if you want to know a little bit more the ins and outs and things, you know, then I can basically tell you that in a private message, so that you can get a little bit of a backstory on that one. As I've said, I'm not an avid listener of PCR FM, and I'm not saying I wouldn't listen to it. It's got an identity, particularly in the daytime. They want it to be like Radio 2, you know, and have that format, but one of the biggest reasons why I'm not really going to be listening to it, and I wouldn't listen to it, is partly because I don't listen to the radio as frequent as many other people. Now, I like radio, and I want to be basically paid in radio, but I only listen to certain radio stations for certain things. Usually, I listen every day to Radio 2 for the popmaster, and I listen to sometimes Rock FM 2 for the top 10 at 10 if I am up and I put that on. There are other radio stations I dip in and out of and listen to various, sometimes when there's interviews on, like for instance Shakin Stevens currently is doing a tour for his brand new album, so there's been a lot of times when people send links to like He's being interviewed on radio too, or he's being interviewed on many of the local BBC radio stations. So what normally happens is I go to them radio stations to listen to the interviews that he's done. I'm not saying he's on every local BBC radio station being interviewed, but there's a likelihood is that it'll be on radio 2 at some point. Maybe he does 2 or 3 shows on there, you know, like for that, and he might do the odd song live in the studio. But the local BBC radio stations have pretty much or some of them have give interviews where there's probably about 5 of them, you know, like BBC Wales and others. And I've listened to them. I've basically gone on and thought, I'll listen to them. And it's no thanks to Facebook that we can listen to them, because we have a great group on Facebook for Shakin Stevens, so all the information goes on there, and then we can go to the link and say where we can listen. I don't listen to the whole show though. It would be easy for me to go to somewhere like, if it's say BBC Devon or something like that, you know, local radio, you know, BBC Devon, I might think, why not listen to the whole show? I don't. I just listen to the bit where Shakin Stevens comes on. So usually they tell you where it's going to be. So you get that on Facebook, where I'll say, it's been interviewed by BBC Radio Devon, it was yesterday, or it's today, it's going to be at 2 o'clock or something. The show might start at 2 and finish at 5 or something like that. And then the point of the matter of the fact is, we can go, and they'll say something like, oh, he's going to be interviewed at something like, say, an hour and 15 minutes into the show. So it means I can go to that bit on the listen back feature on the BBC iPlayer they have for the radio, and then basically it could be a 10-minute thing where they've interviewed him for 10 minutes and played, say, one of his songs, be it an old one or whatever, and that could be the whole of the interview there. 10-minute interview, a 4 whatever minute song, or 3-minute whatever, and that's it. There you go, all done and dusted. But I don't normally listen to the radio like frequently as normally. I dip in and out of various stations and things like that. But if I was to listen to the radio normally, like if I wanted to sit down, say, at a certain time, like at night, you know, I might sit here at, say, 12 o'clock at night and want to put the radio on or something. Or if I'm getting up in the morning and I might decide that I'm up at 8 o'clock or something and I want to put the radio on, I would likely put heart radio on. Or I could find a radio station in America that play country music, so I can do that. That's me sorted anyway. But I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk about the fact that PCR, basically the local community radio station in Peterborough, are actually now on FM. So anybody who wants to listen to it, they can do. They might like it, they might not. I'm in two minds about it. I've got some strong views about that radio station anyway, which I don't agree on. So basically, I'm not going to share them here. So as I've said, if you want to know, you're going to have to message me privately, and basically I will tell you the ins and outs of all this and that. But other than that, it is going, or hopefully it will be going well, and it could be a success to the Peterborough area, that they have a wonderful radio station going on the FM. But if you'd like to listen to my radio show, because I do like to promote it, and it is a soul music radio show that I do it will be every 4 weeks, because every 5th week I'm going to do a mixed music radio show, but predominantly it will be sweet soul music on PCR Extra. So it's www.pcrextra.co.uk, every Saturday night, 8 until 10, and I basically play the best in new and old song music. But apart from that, I'm going to leave it there now, because I've got another video to do after this, and then I'll start to upload them as and when. So bye for now.